So welcome to Moogle Speak on Game Latte, the Final Fantasy XIV vidcast, where I will be talking to you guys about news, patches, the lore, races, basically anything that I can think of about the world of Eorzea that I'd like to discuss and share with you guys. So in this first episode, I wanted to talk about the upcoming changes for patch 1.20, 1.21, and 1.22. And the reason why I want to start there is because I've noticed that with the Final Fantasy XIV 2.0 announcement, that there's been a bit of misinformation giving out on different vlogs and blogs and just videos on YouTube. So I wanted to come out and make this video just to to give out this information to everybody, so we're not making people confused that are not playing the game right now and not really keeping up with this very closely. So first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Eorzea Radio. They are a podcast. They are absolutely fabulous. Such a great in-depth podcast. So if you want to know about Final Fantasy XIV and you like listening to podcasts on your iPhone or whatever, MP3 players, please go to iTunes and check out Eorzea Radio. Also check out, I think it's called, I forgot what it's called. Their website is Gamer Escape. So you've got Gamer Escape Radio and the Final Fantasy XI site, Final Fantasy XIV site, and a Wakfu site as well. These are all fan sites for those games, mostly for Square Enix games. And they're all very excellent. There are wikis and everything to help with your game, so check that out. So onwards with the topic. First of all, I would like to go through some of the recent changes in patch 1.19. Actually, no, scratch that. What I want to talk about is the big announcement. Everybody's probably heard about this right now because it's been marketed everywhere on major sites and, Twitter and everything. Final Fantasy XIV 2.0 has been announced. There's even, if you go to the official Final Fantasy XIV page on the Lodestone, it has its own page, and there's 4 PDFs that you can download of information, okay? And it details everything that's going to happen until 2013 and the eventual PlayStation launch. Basically, when this happens, the whole game gets a relaunch. There's going to be new trailers at E3 this year. There's going to be demos and, a whole new marketing campaign for the game, which hopefully will tell people that I've either been disappointed or heard how bad the launch was, that this is how the game should have been to begin with, and come and check it out or whatever. So this is really exciting, but there's also been the announcement of payments coming right away. Those are being implemented in November, and some people are confused as to why. Why should I pay right now when you're telling me that the game isn't even done, or it's 50% done, and you're getting the better version out in 2013. So why don't I just wait till then? Or why do you not wait till then to charge? First of all, it's very nearly impossible to keep an MMO going for as long as they have for free. For no cash shops and no monthly subscriptions. Nobody's ever done this. Usually when a MMO launches and fails, they sell. They sell to someone else that can support it, or they close down and you don't see the game ever again. So this is absolutely unprecedented. This has never happened before. So let's get that straight. This is amazing that they're doing this and trying to revive the game, and they've kept people playing for free, if you don't count the original box. And if you're dare to say that you haven't got your worth out of what you've paid for the box now, that's just crazy. Because you've got a whole year to play this game. And even though it's not complete, there's been a lot of changes to the game, a lot of tweaks, a lot of content. Quests have been added, the grand companies have been added. Now we've got chocobos and airships, so transportation. We have new raids. I mean, we've got all kinds of new stuff for free. So really, there's really nothing to say that, you know, you shouldn't be angry that you haven't paid, is what I'm trying to say. And they do have to start gaining a revenue, and this is actually not installing, but you know, charging people starting November or December is going to help them gauge the fan base. Because right now you've got a lot of people that are playing for free, so who's to know that they will stick around once, you know, the new version comes around. So by making people pay, they will funnel their fan base and see, you know, who's left, how much of that percentage is, how much do they need to do to bring back more people back. So this is actually, you know, a nice way to gauge these kinds of things as well. So it's not exactly a bad thing. And some people are saying, oh, well, this is going to have a very big negative impact on the fan base because nobody's going to want to pay. That's kind of a negative way of looking at it as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, focus. And I think if, you know, if you really care for the game, if you want to support it, you've enjoyed it for a year, you know, and you want to keep playing it, you will be more than happy to pay the price. And of course, most the pricing that we are used to in most MMOs is $14.99 a month. However, Final Fantasy XIV has always been a little different, and they only charge either $10.99 or $11.99 a month. So I think it's $11.99 for this one. I'm not too sure. And then you pay extra for extra characters. So, you know, for that price, you get a character and your retainer. So I think it's more than fair. It's actually a fabulous price. If you pay for 3 months, 6 months ahead of time, you save even more money. So really, I don't know. Maybe because I'm an adult who has their own job and I can easily pay that. But I don't find that that's asking for a lot. Now this is supposing that they keep the payment plan that they promised at launch. And I'm pretty sure that they will, because it's pretty much the same plan that they had for Final Fantasy XI. So unless they're going to give us more character slots, then I could see them charge us $14.99. But if they keep the one character slot that is free with the free retainer that goes with that for $12, what's the problem? You know? Okay, enough of that. Now, the thing that I've heard say on YouTube is that the only thing that's containing in the upcoming patch 1.19, I'm sorry, 1.20 is that it's only adjustments to the market words, the auction house, and UI fixes and, you know, party search fixes a lot, and that's completely not true, first of all. But I did say I was going to look at 1.19 first, so let's do that. Let's bring up 1.19. Woo. Okay, so first of all, in all these patches, we've always had new quests and new things to do. Beastmen settlements have been added. That was in 1.18 and before that. Okay, so 1.19, we've got a new Grand Company quest. Leave history evaluations. So if you want to go see how many leaves you did and what you did, you can go through that now. That's been added in our journals. The leave quests. Okay. Yes, awesome. Battle. New enemies have been added. New notorious monsters. If you don't know what notorious monster is, these are challenging bosses that are dropped in the game that you can fight, and they drop, you know, usually drop interesting loot. So, and these are fun to do in groups and all that, or if you want to try by yourself, go ahead. And the strength of low enemies have been adjusted. So the HP of enemies between 1 and 15 and the amount of damage they deal have been reduced. So, you know, no more getting owned by a brutal sheep or anything like that. So, items have been adjusted. The prices of items sold by the NPC vendors have been adjusted. So they were quite pricey before, and all of these prices have been taken down. Also, when you go and you can buy low-level gear now from NPCs, so that it helps out new players, because oftentimes crafters will not craft low-level gear. They'll tend to keep to, you know, whatever the majority of the player base is at, which is usually mid to high level. So especially right now, that's where it's concentrated. So for new players that are coming in, they can't get gear to their level. So now you can, because vendors are selling them. So that's awesome. Different things have been added. Several issues have been ruled. Also, the most interesting thing, the most awesome thing is when you switch classes now. Before, when you went from class to class, you had to reset your hotbar every time, because all the skills that you had would reset. They would just so you'd have to replace all your skills, your heals, everything every single time. So if the kind of person that switched between classes a lot, so annoying. So often people would just stick to one class and that was it until they were ready to move on to the next one. And then you just stick that with that one for a while. Now you can just seamlessly switch, because the hotbar remembers what was on it, or the action stays in the slots now, so from class to class. Awesome. So that we totally need that. Now there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not going to go through it, but that's the gist of what's been added, which is, you know, it's a pretty big deal. I'm just looking real quick to see if there isn't anything else. Oh, I'm thirsty. These are all the issues. Also, you know, crafting has been adjusted quite a bit. So, the items required to craft something has been greatly reduced. The side effect of that is that now there are less items that you can make, which has reduced, for example, how many types of armor you have, which is kind of a downer, but we do have new recipes coming in, so crafters don't like be Armageddon or, oh no, we lost all of these things that we can make. No, you'll be getting new ones. It's just that, you know, when you revamp something, when you're cutting down certain materials and, you know, certain outputs, what's coming out at the end has to be reduced. It has to be culled, I guess, but it's kind of unfortunate, but we are getting new recipes, so yay. Of which, let's look through the general stuff that's coming in 1.20 and 1.21, blah, blah, blah. So major milestones. In late November to early December, patch 1.20 now. In between, from now till November, so October, November, we should be getting patch 1.19b. What I was reading before was from the version A. There is a version B coming as well, I'm pretty sure. So there's going to be even more things than that. Alright, so from late November to early December, we are getting class adjustments. Big deal. Because, you know, the classes are being completely revamped right now, and there's been lots of high and lows. When 1.18 rolled around, you know, some of us were really gimpy. Conjurers and pugilists, and lancers were kind of hit in the face quite a bit. But since then it's been a lot better, and I've gotten really, you know, a lot used to my class now, and I'm really glad that I can use all of my skills. All of my skills now actually make sense and have a function, which is awesome. Anyway, so we're getting further class adjustments, abilities, and weapon skills. I've heard something about weapon skills. When you put two weapon skills together, it can create a whole new one. Oh my god! Amazing. A new primal, malevolent Moogle. Now everybody's just like laughing at this. Like, what, we got an evil Moogle to battle? Yeah, yes we do. How awesome is that? It's pretty hilarious. Achievement system. 300 more achievements are planned. 300 more achievements. So if you're an achievement junkie, you know, you can see your achievements when you go to your profile on the Lodestone page. So, which is, you know, if you don't play Final Fantasy XIV and you're watching this, it's similar to WoW achievements, except that it doesn't pop up in the game when you get them. You have to go through the website. I'm hoping that they fix that, because it would be kind of nice to see a little window pop and, oh, you got this achievement, you know. I don't need to have the achievements broadcasted on the chat channel, though. We don't need that. Market adjustments, yes, that's been mentioned. PC search, so you can search better. The continuation of Disciple of the Hand recipe adjustments. That's what I was talking about. This could be even more adjustment to the crafting system. HQ items, high quality items, repair adjustments. Repair does need to get fixed a little bit more. So wonderful. Now, continuing on to the other fix, the other patch, 1.21. That would be in early February, tentatively. These are all tentative dates. Creation of private rooms. Mind blown. Yes, you've heard correctly. In inns, you will now have housing. Nothing says that you'll be able to decorate anything that. Hopefully you can, but you will get your house. But because we already have carpenter as a class, I'm thinking that, yeah, these will be just like mug houses from Final Fantasy XI. We'll be able to put things in them and all that. And I'm hoping that the next festivals like Halloween and Christmas and all that are going to have furniture items as quest rewards, just like Final Fantasy XI. I would love that. I miss that so much. Okay, I'm done. Hamlet Defense PvE content. Hell yeah! Yes! So there will be events happening in Hamlets where you have to defend the peoples against probably Garleans. Garleans are the invading army that are trying to take over Eorzea. So this is so exciting. That's in February, and that's hopefully going to get us a lot more involved in the game. I personally am not a raider. So when it comes to, the primal battles and the raids and all that, I'm just like, eh. It's awesome. I may or may not see them. Sometimes people are looking for groups in the Shout channel, and they look, oh, one more or two more. Sometimes I'll join in and I'll get to see this content, but it's not something that I go out of my way to do. If I want to see a battle so bad, I'll go to YouTube. It's horrible. I know, I'm sorry. But that's kind of how I play. I'm just very casual that way. So, but Hamlet Defense sounds like something that I could do like Behest, you could just jump in, jump out and all that. So I'm very excited about it. The job system. So 7 jobs. No, I'm sorry. 7 jobs plus related quests and gear. Am I reading that right? 7 jobs plus related quests and gear. Yeah. 7 jobs are coming. Okay? That's in February, or somewhere in February, or maybe even after that in March, possibly. Personal chocobo gear. That's right. You'll be able to put gear on your chocobos. Yeah. 2 new instant raids. Yay. Okay, so, sorry. Mid-April, so 1.22, we've got a Garuda Primal Battle, Battle System Balance Adjustment, so more battle stuff, Garlean Empire Battle. Oh my god, this is probably the Garlean Empire Battle Royale, where like our armies are gonna battle it. Maybe I'm blowing out of proportion, but that sounds like that's what it might be like. So yay! Early to mid-July 2012. So that's patch 1.23. Garlean Empire Legatus Battle. So, okay, maybe this is the Battle Royale, but yeah. And then content surrounding the 12 mythos. So we'll be getting content about the gods. So because there's a lot of speculation going about the gods, the whole point of the game seems to be to help them. So so we'll get, more stuff on that. Very, very exciting. So this is all stuff that is coming before the 2.0 version. So that's quite a bit of things, and that's just their milestones. That's not everything that's going to be in these content patches. So before you say, oh, we're going to be paying for nothing, really think about it. You're not paying for nothing. You're paying for the same content you're getting in any other MMO. The difference with Final Fantasy XIV is it is being updated, it is also being actively revamped. So it is quite a big deal, as I said, and it's never been done before. So it's very, very exciting. Usually when stuff like that happens, they just scrap the first game and they make a new one, maybe, or just sell out. It's yeah, it's pretty amazing. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this first episode of Moogle Speak. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you have a clearer view of what's coming, and that we won't be just paying and giving Square Enix money for nothing. It's definitely, you know, to play a beautifully crafted game that we enjoy as fans of Final Fantasy. So anyway, that's all for today. See you again. Bye.